his first TV program, and it's a hit. Sylvester Stallone has been a constant presence on our TV screens for as long as we can remember, so this won't sound strange. But this time, he opted to appear in a series rather than a film. It was clear that everyone had high expectations. The greatest Sopranos writer, Terrence Winter, Yellowstone creator, Tyler Sheridan, and of course, Hollywood legend Sylvester Stallone are like a dream team. What happens if they come together? Tulsa King. Yes, the Paramount show Tulsa King 2022 is a comedy drama that is a product of the Miracle Team. It has broken streaming figures for Paramount. When Sheridan's talent for writing engrossing tales was placed right in the center of America, along with Stallone's indisputable charms, it produced something fresh and unique. The figures don't lie. Sylvester Stallone has rekindled his spark. The fact that Tulsa King broke records as it was aired gave producers the green light for Season 2. But before we move on to Season 2, let's recap Season 1. When Sylvester Stallone's character, Manfredi, is released from prison, he becomes the capo of his mafia organization in New York. He makes his way back to New York after being released. That sounds quite badass, doesn't it? He discovers that his family dynamics have been drastically altered. Upon his return, he meets Pete, or The Rock, a family patriarch who is extremely ill and elderly upon Manfredi's return. His son, Chicky, is beginning to play a bigger part in the business, and the first task he assigned to Manfredi was to visit Oklahoma, primarily to establish some roots for the organization in that territory, which had not previously been explored. Manfredi considers this to be terrible news and even a downgrade. However, he has no choice but to travel to Tulsa, so there is nothing that he can do. So Manfredi arrives in Tulsa. There, he immediately sets up shop and begins building a reputation. But after living inside for 25 years, he is having a difficult time adjusting to life outside of the big house. He must have struggled with technology, we believe. Of course, that's going to happen. We'll have to cut him some slack here for sure. Anyway, he looks for a local smoke shop to serve as the hub of his business, and he starts his business. Manfredi builds up quite an empire for himself in Tulsa, despite being deported amid rising resentment from his old crew in New York, especially with Chicky suddenly breathing down his neck. But is it big enough to even go off against his former gang? There is only one issue though. Despite how easily Manfredi was able to establish himself, the area was already controlled by a biker gang known as the Black Macadamias. Therefore, competing with them for supremacy kind of becomes a problem. Oh, bad. So now Sylvester is going to take a sidetrack. A long-lost daughter has been added to the mix, and Manfredi is attempting to win her over to his cause. Intelligent guy. Unluckily, he falls for a local federal officer portrayed by Andrea Savage. Not only that, but he also comes across an acquaintance of his who happens to be hiding in Tulsa. It truly is a small world. Complicated? Well, this is quite a challenge for sure, but Dwight, the General Manfredi, is up to it. This marked the end of Season 1. The death of biker gang boss Colin Waltrip, played by Richie Coster, and the news of ATF agent Stacy, who was shot previously, had survived. These two were the main events of the first season finale, just after Yellowstone aired on November 27th and 30th. The first two episodes of Tulsa King received a special television airing on the Paramount Network. It had received such an excellent response, about $60 million worth into the production of Series 1. Wow! The show itself was able to attract 3.7 million viewers and take home the title of highest-rated series debut across all linear networks. As a result, Paramount experienced its biggest ever day for new signups. It isn't difficult to see that there is already interest in Tulsa King Season 2. Stallone completely lives up to expectations in this part. Actually, he never disappoints, and we all love him for his indisputable charm. He is fully committed to this, and there is no awkwardness as the character smoothly passes through him. Even though he is 76 years old and possesses a 190-pound build of tight muscle, he sure did justice to the character. He perfectly hits his target without any problems. Fun fact you guys might not have known, Stallone made $1 million per episode. Incredible! Everything about Season 1 was fresh and unique, but it was only the beginning. It isn't difficult to see that there's already interest in Tulsa King Season 2. This is what happens when a show is well-liked. A well-known celebrity is involved, and there is a cliffhanger that leaves everyone wanting more. So, it's coming back? Well, yeah! It's time to experience the royalty of Tulsa once again. Unfortunately, not a lot is known about the season. However, there are bits and pieces that we can put together to get a blueprint of Tulsa King 2. The majority of the cast is expected to reprise their roles. It includes Andrea Savage's Stacy Beal, Garrett Hedlund's Mitch Killer, and of course, Sylvester Stallone's Dwight the General Manfredi. Whenever they come together, they make something unique. So, everyone might be expecting something significant. Whatever is going to happen in Season 2 of Tulsa King, this may very well be the very last round for the lead actor Sylvester Stallone. Stallone spoke with IndieWire in January 2023. He discussed some interesting things like how he plans to keep writing, producing, and directing. So, what could be the possible plot? So here are some assumptions that we can make about the plot. Season 2 of Tulsa King will likely pick up following Dwight's arrest. However, what will happen is unknown. He is currently facing legal issues that he did not face in Season 1, which creates fresh narrative opportunities. That simmering issue will likely explode hugely next season, because we don't think Chicky will let Dwight disrespect him and leave the family so lightly. So there's going to be revenge, and revenge. Apart from this basic story, there might be some other interesting things happening. With a personality like Dwight's, it's not like you are ever done with your enemies looking for you everywhere like hungry lions. So, we can also expect to have a new enemy on board. Just like Stacy, his love interest in Season 1 betrayed him and got him arrested by the end of the season, judging by the fact that things were quiet at Chicky's side, even though he was threatened in the season finale by Dwight. There is a possibility that he might have been plotting against Dwight the whole time. Season 2 may bring out Chicky as his enemy. We can't assume what the plot could be, but anything is possible with Stallone in it. We are thrilled to experience it once again. The release schedule for Season 2 can be predicted for November 2023, as it is based on the production time of Season 1. Major characters die in Season 1, and it's most likely for the old cast to return to the show for the next season. After a long time, the show has provided a new perspective on the mobster genre. The anticipation for the second season is currently at an all-time high because of the cliffhanging first season conclusion. So, let's keep waiting until Paramount drops the next season.